Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
You're singing her birthday to yourself.
Oh my gosh, it's for me!
Birthday.
I thought it was for Hayo.
Happy birthday to you.
Chloe's birthday is on the 30th, but I thought she said 13th. So we've had a mare, but I bought the cake already and I didn't get a receipt.
Welcome to your favorite place on the internet. This is Timeline. To my left, always bringing the banter, we've got Puddy. To my right, no one knows their music like this man. It's DJ Matthews.
Wait,
and
what happened to Music Maestro?
I thought it would just be better to not.
Nah. So because he said...
Yes.
No, because you
Wait,
didn't
am I
respond.
Slumflower
No,
to
no,
be
no.
getting cancelled out here? What's going on?
Because I said it.
Guys,
Because
one
I
day I'll
said
do this
it.
intro.
Because
One
person
day.
said something, I
said
got
it.
cancelled.
Yes.
No, because you
literally.
didn't claim it. I
Literally.
remember. I watched
Because
it.
he
Sunflower from
He
I
didn't even
watched
pick
it.
up his chest
I'm
when
definitely
He
Sunflower.
He didn't even
You
pick
had
up his
his
chest.
chest
This
when
guy
I
is
when he
a-
said
I'm
it.
definitely
You
Sunflower.
get nominated
We'll
for...
go back to Maestro, but you got it only when I say it. I'm introducing the music maestro, DJ Matthews.
Gang.
See what I'm saying?
And
No,
always-
he doesn't even believe it.
Guys, can I introduce myself?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah,
And
go on.
always bringing the spice. It's Koi. Hey guys, let's go.
So guys, we got nominated
Yes.
a UK Entertainment
Yes.
Sure.
Award. And
Yes.
you know what? I think we have an
I'm
outside
humbled.
chance.
No, I think we got inside chance. I think we're favourites. You know what I mean?
Guys, you
If
know,
I'm being honest, I don't think we're
Why
favourites.
not? Why can't
but
we be favourites?
honestly,
we
I
do
feel
have
like
a
this
chance.
is the wrong
Why
approach.
can't we be favourites?
I think
Why
this is the
can't
wrong
we be
approach.
favourites? Why aren't we favourites? Exactly.
No.
Believe in your source. We're
Believe in your
favourites,
source, absolutely.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm gonna
Absolutely.
put a bet on
I
us.
don't like
I'm gonna
all
lay it
this
as well.
realistic shit.
Listen,
All things can happen.
the link to vote is right. Where is it? Right.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
in the
on top
description.
of the cake.
On top of
No,
the
Why you
cake.
it's
pointing to
gonna-
my
Oh,
boobs?
No,
on top
that's
of,
not
on
gonna work. It's
top
in
of the
the
cake.
description.
No.
It's in the
Okay.
description.
It's in the description. Yeah.
That's
Thank
how
you
I
very
name my
much
left. No, it's
Yeah,
for
but
supporting
chill out.
us
Yeah,
thus
yeah,
far.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of outside chance,
What happened?
Funky Friday
Oh yeah.
managed to get #1. So congratulations to Dave.
That's
Fredo.
what happens
Do you-
when we delete stuff.
no.
Become number one.
We didn't
Do you know-
delete it.
Did we not delete it?
No.
Oh.
Do you know what I think? Do you know who I think out of all of this should be so fucking pissed off? So everyone was basically saying on Twitter, "Oh my god, a song has gone #1. It doesn't even have a hook. It's just straight rapping." That's what people were
It
saying.
does have a hook.
Yeah, it does, but everyone's saying it doesn't have a hook. Like, I don't know why. But anyway, regardless,
Very weird.
yeah, I know. So it doesn't have.
Lie.
Huh?
Go on.
People literally
No,
said
no,
like it
no,
doesn't
No,
have a
go
hook.
on, go on, mate.
Anyway, my simple point is this, yeah. With all of the effort that Emanike puts into creating his catchy hooks and whatnot, to only sell a supposed 144 records.
Boy,
If I was scrolling through my Twitter timeline and I'm just seeing niggas say, I love the fact that this song that has no hook has gone to #1, mate, I would be doing a Slumflower and just all of the haters are out of it, mate.
He's done with all straight men for a minute. Like,
All the
absolutely
haters are
done.
gone, mate.
We're going to have to write an apology.
no, but I think
It's
this
fine.
is sick. Do you go on? What's your
What?
thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's a good move. I think these are two very talented people. So, yeah.
I think
Shout
you were
out.
right in saying that. Last week you said it's probably your least favorite. From
Absolutely,
the two. And
yeah,
I
yeah.
think the fact that it's got to #1, is a big statement. Like, there's no xylophones, there's no cheesy
Okay, yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that, and we've managed to get a song to #1. I
Yeah.
think that's opened so many doors.
Yeah, it's lit.
Because to me, it's not the best song.
As much as it's a W for them and for the music, I think it's a real big W for the power of streaming and the power of promotion
Yeah.
within
Yeah.
streaming. Do you know what I mean? Like that's
You sound so official
that's-
today, mate.
That's that's just one of the first songs generally that as soon as the song came out, I saw crazy marketing power. It was made the front cover on the biggest playlist.
Yeah.
Even Austin from Spotify, he said that we put it straight
Yeah, he
at the top
broke
of the
it down,
playlist
yeah.
early. Do you know what I mean? So Adidas.
Yeah, guys, break this down to me.
Okay,
What you're about to do.
So
but yeah.
basically, Adidas, they announced that they've got a collaboration with Slumflower. So Slumflower supposedly has a reputation for saying certain things about black men and things of that nature.
She doesn't supposedly have.
Well, she does have a reputation, sorry. And the people, basically, guys on the timeline, they saw it, and as they feel like, you know, they're Adidas' demographic, they were like, how are you supporting this woman who said all of this stuff about black men and men in general and whatnot? And they just complained, and the tweet ended up getting deleted by Adidas. And at the same time as well, the manager from Zone 2, he must have said like, wow, so Adidas took their deal away from us, but they would give it to Slumflower sort of thing as well. So me personally, I don't see why people were crying about Slumflower getting a deal. Came across like very like bitchy.
I think she was the first person I followed on Twitter. And you lot know I don't use Twitter that much. But yeah, I always hear like very different things. Not first.
So I say,
not first. But like she was one of those key people that it came up. It was... She was so silly. She was one of those key people that came up, and every time I mean, when I hear people talk about her, it's always polarizing. So, yeah, that was. I think that's
how she's made it, though. But I think Adidas have let themselves down by deleting it.
Yeah,
I think that's the first time I've seen cancel culture.
Like that's disgusting. I'm hoping she still has the deal, and I'm hoping that it doesn't sort of put off other brands from working with her.
Oh yeah.
So coming off the back of the #1 Funky Friday and looking at the content of the song, it's a bit different for Dave. Dave's previously spoken about mental health. And when you think about mental health, there's someone like Mo Stack who's spoken about his autism. That's why he doesn't do interviews and stuff like that. So there is sort of a bubbling under conversation about certain social issues. But when it comes to their actual content, the music, do you feel like rappers have a duty to speak about these issues in their music?
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna say no as well.
Because I feel like partly they do.
Why?
Depending on who they are.
Why?
I just feel like it depends on who you are and how people view you. You can use your level of influence to make a change.
But what you can do and what you have to do are two different things.
That's true. I think have to is obviously harsh, but I would like, okay, let me say I would like to see more of it now at the stage our music is progressing to. I would personally like to see more of it. I wouldn't say, oh, you have to, you didn't do this, so, you know, you're a failure. But I would like to see more of it.
Personally, I'm not having it. So, I don't know, when the question was posed to me, I just think generally we put too much pressure on rappers and people in these supposed positions of power when they're just normal people like us. Do you know what I mean? If someone came and threw the bag at us and put us on some TV show and on a big channel, now we're celebrities, like that does not change who I am and what I wanted to speak about and just my character in general.
You can't
assume that because someone is now famous that what they care about changes.
I think limiting to say their duty is to just make music is a bit like reductive because hold on. When you look at okay, I'm going to use another example in America.
Yeah.
There was a reporter that said to LeBron James, "Shut up and dribble." Literally, that's what she said. Yeah. So when you're saying, you know, this is what you do, you only have to do this.
No,
it feels it's reductive.
Sorry,
that's why I'm saying.
The question says duty.
Hold on. That's why I'm saying it depends on certain people. We've already established that duty is a harsh word, but my point is, I would still like to see more of it happening.
Why?
I feel like it doesn't happen enough.
Why?
Because they have influence.
Because they have influence.
Yeah, because they have
influence. They are in a
That's
position.
That's not their job. That's not what they're here for.
But this is what I'm saying. You're saying
if that's what they want to do, it's okay for them to do it.
Yeah,
but if you don't want to do it, you don't have to.
But this is what I'm
saying.
You're
here to make money. That's what they want.
You can't tell an artist what they're here to do. Like you can't say you're here to rap. You're here to make money. You're here to do, like, no one's one-dimensional. We're all multifaceted people.
Yeah.
Like, we can do, everyone has an opinion. Everyone has a political stance. Yeah. So I'm saying I would like to see more of that coming out in music. I don't want to hear cheesy songs all the time. Sometimes I want to hear something that makes me think.
Then go and listen to the artists that make music.
Yeah, but I want to hear that from popular artists as well. I don't want to feel like because I don't want to feel like I have to go to a niche all the time to hear a certain thing. I want to hear it in popular music. That's
why. You're not giving me a valid reason. The same place that you can listen to the whatever that's not conscious or whatever you want to call it is the same app where you listen to the other music. It's literally the difference of literally changing your search in your search bar.
I want to hear it from people. I want to hear my favorite people talk about people that I really believe in, people that I believe are talented, people that I believe are at the forefront of the genre, taking responsibility, because that's what I want.
My answer still remains the same. I don't feel like they have, we're taking G off the table.
Yeah.
I actually think, there's two ways of looking at this. Yeah, you're right, music, people create music for whatever reason. If it's natural to, if that's what you want to do, then go ahead. But for the people that are not sure whether they want to talk about it, there's huge losses to saying your beliefs in today's society in your music, like huge losses. And let's be real, like people that are making music, for whatever reason, they want that music to sell. They want that music to touch homes. If in my music, right, I'm talking about something neutral, there's a higher chance, or something, you know, people can talk about agendas, but there's a lot of agendas people talk about that are already popular, like, oh, police brutality. No one's gonna be against, everyone's still gonna buy into that. There's stuff that's polarizing, like homophobia, or like, do you know what I mean? There's things that are real social issues that people won't talk about because they may have an opinion that isn't popular.
People only want opinions when they agree with them. That's basically it.
We've heard homophobic lyrics in our culture since the beginning of time.
And we've heard Batty Man,
we've seen Dave.
We've seen Dave go on Twitter and say he wants to see more stop and search, and people send him death threats.
So what's your point?
My point is, people only want to hear that stuff when they agree with it. That's my point. Let's say about the colorism issue, a lot of black men don't even think colorism exists. So if a rapper then goes to make a song about colorism and says
like
he doesn't, and says colorism doesn't exist, is that what you want?
If he's speaking on it, let him speak on it. That opens a conversation.
Are you happy with that?
It opens a conversation. Yes.
So you're happy with that? Thank you.
I'm sure I just said yes.
So yes, you're happy
I'm
with
saying
that.
for that. I'm saying for that musician, there's real consequences. Okay, you feel like there's a conversation that started. For that musician, there's fans that are not going to buy into their music anymore, and that is their bread and butter. That's what I'm saying. I think all of us would love if everybody said what they genuinely thought in their music.
But
I'm saying that
I just want to turn up.
They go in
different.
interviews and do the same thing. Their opinion comes out. People want to invest in you. Now, the example of Mo Stack, which is one I brought up at the beginning, he's someone that said, okay, I've got autism, which is a reason why I don't do interviews. He's someone that's created this sort of bubble around him that people really want to know more about him and know as much as possible. Now, Mo Stack doesn't do interviews. How do we get to know Mo Stack more?
Okay, and I hear that, and I think everybody. Okay, Puddy said he wouldn't, but I actually think secretly he would as well. I think everybody would like.
Tell me what I secretly would.
Okay, fine. I'll leave Puddy out of this. What I'm saying is that I think a lot of people share that same sentiment in terms of wanting musicians to talk about their realities and their point of view on things, because I'm buying into you. I would like to know your thoughts on things, but there's certain stances, like the ones we may or may not share, that are very negative, but they may be people's genuine beliefs, and if they put that into songs, there would be huge consequences for that individual.
This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying everyone should just start releasing, bare positive songs and whatnot. I'm saying, listen, a song on your EP, a song on your album, a freestyle, there's literally been none of that at the moment. It's all the same thing, and we're in a place where the culture is strongly shifting. Yeah, it's strongly shifting. There's conversations, things like mental health. When I was younger, like even up to like 2 years ago, what was mental health? I didn't know what mental health was. But also,
they may not feel comfortable yet to even talk about things like that.
But Mo Stack has told us he has autism.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's comfortable to go into depth about his reality.
He don't need to go into, I'm saying addressing it, because a lot of people, for example, don't know he has autism, but a lot of his fans only listen to his music, for example.
So they get to where they get to the
we can use the example of Stormzy. Yeah, so he came up, he wasn't talking about these issues at all. He got himself to where, he knew the people were on his side, he knew the people were behind him. He released, an album talking about all these depression, district, colorism. He went on an award show and called out Theresa May. That made the BBC, stuff like that. So all of that, someone like Stormzy can afford to do that.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. I think most people would like to see certain artists do it. All I'm saying is that it is a lot of responsibility, and it almost seems, the way from what you said, it almost seems like a privilege that only artists who manage to get a huge enough following can achieve. And
it's not. You guys are just expecting too much from certain artists. If you really wanted to hear it, you would just search for the artist doing it.
No, stop saying that.
It's simple as that, honestly.
But he wants to hear Get's voice talking. He
hear
wants
people that are like
notoriety talking about certain things.
I want popular people to talk about it. I want the conversation to be. I want Stormzy to go up and call out Theresa May. With
so you want
Grenfell
people to get, but people are going to get popular doing one thing, and once they're now popular, you want them to change.
That's what I'm
What do you
it
mean?
doesn't make sense.
Explain that.
Okay, you said you want popular people to do it, but every single popular person that you've named doing it wasn't doing that before. So what, you want people to rise doing one thing, then change when they get to the top?
That's not the point.
At the end of the day, wouldn't it surely it would be better for you to go and find artists who are doing that already, champion them and boost them to that level?
No.
Surely, or
the point I'm making is
if I want Afrobeats to be at the forefront, I'm gonna go stream some Afrobeats artists. When people wanted Funky Friday to go number, when people wanted Funky Friday, I'm just using an example. When people wanted Funky Friday #1, they said stream Funky Friday. We streamed it, it went #1. So if that's what you want conscious rap, you want conscious.
I didn't say I want conscious rap.
Okay, you want rappers to speak about certain topics, or
I want commercial music and I want music with substance as well. And I feel like you're looking at artists as you came up, Stormzy came up doing freestyles. So should Stormzy release freestyles the whole of his life?
I'm looking at artists like,
you are an artist.
I'm looking at artists like, mate, you're an artist and you can make whatever the hell you want to make.
What is the definition of an artist?
If you don't want to make music speaking about certain topics, you do not have to.
I never said you have to. So what point are you making?
You do not have to. Like, I don't care if you think that, because he's now popular, I feel like he needs... No.
But I never said you have to.
He doesn't speak about anything.
Did I say you have to?
There does not... Well, the initial conversation was about having to. So what you're saying, you just want them to? Okay, that's what you're saying.
How many times have I said...
You have said you want
How
them
many
to.
times have I said, I would like to see more of it? At the beginning, I literally said, the word must is too strong. So just to say, you make party music, carry on making party music.
I don't
that's
think
all
anyone's
I want.
saying
That is what Puddy's saying.
Okay.
That is what you're saying, because you're saying
that
Stormzy came up and he changed. People are gonna look at him. Did you not say that?
I never said that.
So you never said if someone comes up and they change, then it's gonna look weird.
No, I said you should if you want to hear something, you should just go and
But
find the
did you
person
not
making
say
it.
if someone comes up a certain way and then they change?
No, I said if someone comes up and they're popular for doing one thing, why should they change for you? That's what I was saying. But that's... Yeah. No, I was not saying that it would be weird. I don't listen, feel free.
So why are you asking the question, why should they change?
Add the clip. Because I'm finding it nerve-wracking while you're showing up to your favourite Caribbean restaurant and asking for African food. That's literally what you're doing.
So hold
right
on.
Like, honestly,
I said nerve-wracking.
If I want Chinese, I'm going to the Chinese shop, okay? I never sit at home listening to my favourite artist and then want him to do something that he doesn't do. I'm just saying that. And look, I understand your point. I get it. I'm just saying what I genuinely want. I don't listen to Usher. I want him to start doing bashment. I don't listen to Usher talking about... I don't listen to Usher, whatever Usher's talking about. Okay. So
the examples you're giving are two polar opposites like this. So Stormzy doesn't have an opinion on mental health. No one has an opinion on mental health.
But they may not be informed enough. Like, it's a heavy responsibility.
Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion.
But before you put in a song, you have to. Before you put in a song, before you put in a song, you have to be informed about it. Like you said 2 years ago, you didn't know about mental health. Some rappers might still be in that space.
Yes, that's why I said it depends on who you are.
Yeah, but now I feel like you're changing the question.
I've not changed it. I've said the same thing from the beginning of the conversation.
I feel like you're changing so many elements of the question that we're answering different questions.
I've said the same thing from the beginning.
You've changed duty. You've changed artists to artists of certain levels.
I said that at the beginning.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You've changed the question. So now what we prepared for isn't real.
Oh my gosh, it's no different. You're still disagreeing with what I'm saying. You're still disagreeing with what I'm saying. It's no different. I said from the beginning, it depends on what level you are at. It depends how people view you. And the word duty doesn't work. We said that from the beginning.
So it shouldn't be a duty. Because that's essentially what we're saying.
Yes. Do not please come back to the thing, please. Like, retweet or delete time, guys.
Retweet or delete, guys.
So, what's your opinion? Oh, sorry. Anyway, guys.
Oh yeah.
Retweet or delete time this week. First song on the list, we have got M.O. featuring Chip Wondering. We've got Dolapo.
I'm so gassed.
We've got
I'm literally so gassed.
Dolapo featuring Louis from Western, Down. And then we've got Dr. D pause. Featuring, no, Dr. D on his own, pause once again. Good vibes only. Okay.
Welcome back.
So, oh, sorry.
Welcome back. We missed you, man. We missed you.
You changed your tampon, yeah? You're back now, yeah?
Whoa,
okay now?
what is that? What is that? What is that?
This is why people shouldn't speak on certain issues, you melt.
See why you shouldn't speak on certain issues. If you wanted consciousness...
Shut your mouth.
Mate, if you wanted consciousness, don't ask me. Listen, listen. I'm jumping straight out with it, okay? Mo featuring Chip wondering, what are we saying? Yes, no, retweet, delete?
Delete.
Oh, I gave it a retweet still.
No, I gave it a retweet.
Yeah, but
it was, I feel like...
It's a generic pop retweet.
So generic!
It's a generic pop retweet.
But it's not
a generic pop retweet.
Oh, it's nowhere near.
Can I just say...
My gosh. I think we're going to disagree on bad vibes then.
Chip, yeah, is like the landlord assistant. Like, literally, if Giggs is like the landlord...
If Giggs is unavailable...
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Let's
I didn't like Chip's verse. I prefer it when he's rapping.
I prefer when he's angry or he's trying to battle someone.
No,
guys.
I like it rough.
No, listen. No, I'm joking. Guys, no, I feel like I genuinely was listening to it and I was like, this is Chip when he was like signed to a major label or something. This is when he's really gentle and stuff, and I'm just like, I like when he's angry at someone.
Yeah, we don't like change over here, do we?
You don't like change. Do we want to bring up the Skepta? Should we bring up the Skepta?
Keep it the same.
Okay, listen.
Keep it the same.
Go and make Who Are You again, man.
No,
Yes.
I'm just saying. So I'm not allowed a preference. I'm not allowed a preference. Anyway, so yeah.
Dolapo featuring Louis Ray from Western.
It's Dolapo.
It's
Dolapo.
It's that one, mate.
That's what she's gonna say in interviews.
No, she won't.
And the song's called
Hey
Down.
guys,
I hope not.
Alright, so as I was saying, yeah, certain people, they will be having enough dark-skinned people in their videos. So
You can't clap in rhythm.
Oh, sorry, I can't shaku either.
Oh,
like, I've taken it upon myself to rectify that issue. So obviously you lot put the clip in there. You see
Video Vixen.
You see, yeah.
Bad B.
And listen, my booking info
Going down to the
is going to be down here. Shams, Face
What
the
did you
Music.
do to get that shot?
Shams, give me a ring, alright? It's time we start
but rappers have models. Why do they need to diversify? It works as it is.
Because I want the bag. Because I want the bag. I don't care about other people. I want the bag. Nah.
Why change it?
Anyway, are we retweeting or deleting?
For me,
it's a retweet.
For me, it's a retweet. I'm in a video.
Absolutely,
That's a straight retweet. Listen, Louis Ray, listen, I'm saying it.
I have there's space for the
Louis Ray is top 5 rappers in the UK. I'm saying it here and now.
Lit. And I think there's space for more singers as well, so I'm really excited about this individual.
I think Louis Ray is a great rapper. He is up there, but I also think there's some marijuana in your cookie. He's not top 5.
He's top 5 in
like,
my opinion.
Listen, like, let's not get to
I just listened to the Western album.
I listened to the album. He's fucking sick. But top 5, let's chill. We need to sit and have. You know, let me not say he's not top 5. We need to sit and really like.
Oh, one minute he's on marijuana, then let's not say
top 5. Top 5 is a very high number.
Comment on it whether you agree with Pudgy or DJ Matthews on this.
And I champion him. Top 5 is a bit.
I'm fresh off the Western album, and he was literally like.
Yeah, he destroyed it. He absolutely killed it.
Bodied that album.
Absolutely killed it.
I'm saying it now.
Fantastic. Last track on the list, Dr. D, pause, Good Vibes Only.
That was a retweet though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Louis and
Western
Dolapo.
Certified.
Straight retweet.
Retweet.
Alright, Dr. D, Good Vibes Only. Okay, so before you guys dive in, yeah, do you know what this song felt like for me? It felt like, imagine the bandwagon for Afro Swing is over there. And he caught the baton a little bit late and he's just trying to catch it. And like, mate, look, it's a decent track, okay? It's all right, but you could have given it to us like maybe last year. Like, I'm not checking for new Afro Swing, I'll be real with you. Like, you know, we saw what Funky Friday did.
I think it's a good song. I
don't think it's a shit song.
I think I'd like to see him
just think it's off trend. It's off trend. Totally.
As in, like, work with like someone like Sona.
If that's his direction, totally fantastic. But for me, it feels off trend because I feel like the Afro Swing wave is now taking the decline, especially with J Hus not currently making music, and with Kojo not currently making music, and with Kojo Funds
like he's injured or
something. On the sideline.
J Hus is out for 6 weeks.
And let's be real, Kojo Funds mixtape Would you say it's an Afro swing mixtape? I wouldn't. It's too diverse and
Wait, it's super diverse,
to call it Afro swing.
Oh, really?
So at the end of the day,
Kojo.
at
doing more than Afro swing, really?
So at the end of the day, I feel like the Afro swing.
Yeah, you said that. I feel like. No, that wasn't meant to be rude. No, that wasn't meant to be rude. No, sorry, I want to apologize. That wasn't meant to be rude, yeah. But you say things in circles sometimes, and it's like, sorry.
Can we do this off camera? What the fuck?
Sorry, I'm sorry. It's literally like when you talk, yeah, I'm ready to say.
Fuck me, do you need a spade to dig this hole? Like, let's
Puddy, don't change.
What the fuck?
Sorry, Puddy, if that was rude. I didn't mean that to be rude. For me, I feel like at no point did the song change its tempo. I feel like he was saying the same thing all the way through. I feel like the pen game of the song wasn't strong either. I wasn't really feeling the song like that much at all. And I feel like he should have had somebody else in there just to break up the sound. Like, it was 4 minutes long, you know, or just under 4 minutes long. So yeah, I didn't necessarily enjoy it, so it's a delete for me.
It's a retweet for me.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm taking your fucking cake.
Putty, they're gonna cut that part out.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
You're having a laugh. Who the fuck is this guy? You'll do nothing.
I'm sorry.
You'll do nothing.
Guys, it's like when he says something, I'm ready to say something. And he talks for so long. But then I'm about to lose my point. It's just like, anyway, I'm sorry if that was disrespectful. I wasn't meant to be disrespectful.
Oh yeah.